Now here's one I haven't done in a while. Weekly reset for Assassin's Creed Origins. Let's see if I still know how to do this. I'm Darkshard of the YouTube Assassin, and this is Bayek. Let's get our Origins on. So in Assassin's Creed Origins, they did have their own version of the weekly reset. And all it really was the Trial of the Gods that got reset. There was no Sargon shop. We had Retta, who you could find at most major cities, and he had a daily for you to do, which gave you the chance to get legendary or epic gear. In this game, the roles are reversed, where legendary is actually the better gear, and epic is, decent gear. It's what you get for now. So what you want to do is you want to fight the gods. In fighting the gods, you get different items. So the very last item would be something like this, the Radiance of Anubis. I also have Revenge of Anubis, and there was like another Anubis gear which you would get. But the thing is, you would also get weapons of the gods. So you would get a bow. Let's see. I believe the Jackal's Gaze was one of them. And let's see. I believe the bow, the Jackal's Gaze, was the only one that was a weapon that, or the bow that you would get. You would also get a weapon like this. The Sunslayer, I believe, was one of them. There was an upgraded version of it. And basically, as you fought the gods, you got one of the 4 items until you were able to get the outfit. And then you would go to the next set of gods, you would get another set, and then finally there was the 3rd set of the gods, and then there was the other Anubis item. So as you can see, there was just tons of stuff here. And each one of these things actually did their own thing. The legendaries, like I said, the legendaries were always a lot better, and you could improve them all the way to 55, which was your highest level here. Yeah, here we go. The Sekhem, the Jackal, and the Waz Scepter. Those were all different scepters that you could get from god fights. There were different versions of them all. So that was basically your goal here, was to go and do those battles. And of course, we also had the infamous infinite glitches for like all these things, which is what I did. That's why I have so many points in anything here. And the whole point was I wanted to be able to like fight a god and just shoot it with 1 arrow and kill it. Or go to a war elephant and barefisted and punch it and knock it out. So that was the reason that you did all that. So let's take a look. Our first god, which will be your level, I believe you could only fight the gods when you hit a certain level. I think you had to hit like at least 40. So Trial of Sobek, that was our regular one. And over here we have the Trial of Anubis. This is the super god fight. This one is supposed to be about 3 levels higher than your actual level. So it's supposed to be a lot more difficult. There it is. And just a fun fact, that Error 2231, originally, we were supposed to actually fight, what's her name, Juno, in these battles. And for some reason, we did not get that. They did not let us get that. They killed Juno off in the comic, so that's why you don't have it. But let's see, the quests. Yeah, Trial of Anubis is level 58, while I am level 55. So it'll give you the 250 drachma, not drachmi, and this one is drachma, 1,000 XP, and a quest item. And the same with Sobek. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack Sobek. I'm going to show you how the fight is done. It's real easy as long as you make sure you have a lot of powerful gear. Like the gear that I've used is actually mostly God's gear. So we come in. Ooh. Bad beastie. Looking angry. Alright, so the fights always start off the same. First we're gonna figure out how we use a bow and arrow. because we haven't done that in a while. He's going to keep doing these crazy attacks, which you want to be careful of. So here we go. We're shooting him in the chest there. You see the red lights, you move. Every once in a while he will drop these things here, so you pick them up. That'll give you some extra stuff. When you see these guys come out, this is when you're going to start fighting. And this is when you're going to want to get your gear ready. Your really good gear, there you go. Especially if you've got anything that gives you health, like some of the gear I have. I believe, yeah, that sword actually gives you gear. So this is also giving me health, this bow. Oh, he's going to raise the dead again. Oh boy, I haven't played this game in a while. I'm going by Assassin's Creed Odyssey controls. Yeah, they got hurt their own people with that stuff, which is hilarious. Alright, he should be growing that orb again in his chest. Come on, buddy. There we go. Oh, we're out of arrows, so we want to make sure we go find these arrows. You'll find those things there. All these little things that you find like along the floor and whatnot. Sometimes you'll kill an enemy and they'll drop it. Sometimes they'll just drop it. There we go. As long as you have like a lot of life granting stuff, these fights are easy because they won't really harm you. They'll harm you, but you'll be able to like really get right on the ball there. You'll be able to get back. I don't know what you're saying, but you sound pretty angry, bro. Oof. Alright, so the trial of Anubis is going to be funny because like I haven't played this in so long that I'm just doing terrible. Wow, did a lot better than I thought. So there we go, that's everything. Got the 1000 XP. And I've got 250 drachma. Ooh, and I got another 1000 XP for completing the trial, which I already trialed. So you could continue to do it, but you'll only get the one piece of equipment. Like you won't continuously get equipment. You can keep fighting the gods and farm them in order to get more XP. I don't advise it. There are much easier ways of getting XP, which I've shown in several of my videos. So hold on, and I'll get on my way to Anubis so that you could laugh at my pain on that fight there. While I'm doing that, if you would be so kind and you like what we do at the channel here, by all means, please consider supporting it. You could go over to the store tab or even below the video and check out the items that we have for sale. We have t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and whatnot. Every dollar you spend goes towards the channel. Now, if you'd like to be sponsored, if you'd like to be a sponsor of the weekly podcast that we do every Friday, by all means, give me an email at stridernet@gmail.com and I'll answer you back and we'll talk about sponsoring your product or your website and getting it in the podcast several times for people to see and possibly enjoy. Again, thank you so much for all the donations and all the support. I greatly appreciate it, and it's very humbling. Thank you. Okay, so this one's going to be done 3 levels higher than I am, and this one's going to be the tough one. But at the same time, it's going to be done much the same as the last one. Now, the gear that I'm using, this is the one you see me using a lot, Jackal's Gaze. Now, this one, as you can see, has precision, bleeding on hit, health on hit. So every time I hit him with an arrow, it will give me health. This actually became one of the weapons that they gave you for the gods. Originally, it was a prize from another mission, and if you got it and you didn't remove it, they didn't remove it from you. If you got it and you were using another bow, they took it back. It was removed from your inventory, and it was given as one of the gifts for fighting the gods. So, I mean, that was crazy. People were so mad at that. So just remember that right now, that is a gift from one of the gods. Another one is this one, the Sword of the Duat, which I also believe I got from the god fights. And if you look at it, it has critical hit rate, combo multiplier, and health on hit. Now, the reason that I do that I have these, is because I want to be able to have stuff that gives me health whenever I'm fighting either whatever animals or creatures that the god throws out, or if I have a weapon that I'm going to use in order to kind of shoot them from a distance. I'm going to need those bows. I'm going to need something like that. So try to look for something that has health on hit, right? This composite bow also has health on hit, and this Sunslayer, health for crit. So if I get a critical hit, then that one works. And I believe that one was also one of the gods, the second round of gods. Or it might have been the first round. You go through a cycle where you get the sword, the scepter, a bow, and then the gear. And then the same thing once you get the second cycle. The third cycle is where you fight the tough, the hard mode gods, and they'll give you that stuff. So pretty much the same. We're hitting him, we're getting health. We're trying to dodge his jackals that he throws out. Now, if you want to be able to hit him hard in the chest like that, what you're going to need is your... they don't have hunter in this one. I believe it's like shaman. No, it is hunter. Okay, so you're going to want a lot of points in your hunter gear. Seer, this is for like poisons and stuff like that. And then warrior, this is for like your melee. So here we go. He's bringing out his guys. We'll take them out. I forgot all about that little fence he's got. We want to break through that. We don't want to sit in that thing. Again, we want to collect these things as we go along for more arrows. Take out his guys. Get out quick. I like this weapon a little more, so we're going to run. He's going to send out his... Those you just have to dodge. There we go. That's a lot of health we're getting. That's what we want. And I gotta tell you, even though I'm getting hit and everything like that, I'm actually making it look easy only because I've got all those points in those things. This thing, he'd be laying me out right now. If he was hitting me with those dogs, hitting me with these guys, hitting me with that poison. And I gotta apologize, I haven't played this game in so long. I really should have practiced before I did this. But as you can see, he's really not doing anything to me. And that's just because of what I had going on here. That's just because of all the points that I've been putting into this stuff. Here we go again. Oh, this time it's the jackals. Those little orbs we want to avoid. Keep screaming like he's angry or he's hurt. As you're doing this, you may even want to consider using your overdrive stuff. Yeah, I'm not dodging nothing. But he's not really hurting me. There we go. Wow, so only 1,000 XP. I think 250 drachma, and another 1,000 XP for completing the trial. And I would have got an item, but I didn't. I think I get the extra XP only because I completed it and already have the items. But that's how you do those god fights. Make sure that you've got something that gives you health, both in your hand and as a bow weapon, so that way you're able to take them out with no problems. What you want to do is just run around like that. Be aware of any of those little bags that were on the ground, so that way you could constantly make sure you've always got arrows. And then the other thing that you want to do is basically when he throws out that stuff, duck, roll, whatever you got to do. Same thing with Sobek. When you see those circles get on the ground, run away from them. Or when you see that he's got that big line of fire there where he throws all the arrows, you want to just stop what you're doing and just get out of there. All right? Especially at lower levels, especially if you don't have the gear or all the points like I just showed you, it gets out of hand real quick. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And if you want to see me do this every week for Origins, let me know that as well. Until next time, all of you be good.